She's so pretty. And still, these floor mats get me every single time. Also, you can tell how humid it is because my lens keeps fogging up. Today is wing day. I've been wanting to install the wing on this car for a long time. I think I got it a month ago, over a month ago now, and at first I wanted to wait to have it painted and then install it, but I can't wait anymore. I'm about to go back to California for a few weeks and I just want a wing on this car. So that is what I am doing today. I'm finally gonna reveal the wing that I picked out. If you guys are familiar with my other builds, you will know that I am a big fan of the obnoxious, very large chassis mount wings. However, I decided to switch it up a little bit for this car. Multiple reasons, but the biggest one being that this is my practice drift car. I want to be wall tapping soon, and I don't want to have to deal with a chassis mount wing flying off or just being worried about it. So I decided to go a different direction for this build, and I'm excited to show it to you. Also, yes, this is still very much a buzzkill in my life. All the time. I did see a lot of your comments from my window tinting video, and I think the majority of you guys are with me with this tint just being too red and dark from the outside. From the inside, I love it. I love everything that's going on in here, but from the outside, it's very dark and it's more of a red maroon. It's not really matching with everything else, but one of you guys actually sent me the link to window tint that is neon yellow. Like, I didn't even know where I could find that because I was looking for a while. Thank you so much, because right now I am very, very much leaning towards that neon yellow, especially now that it's more of a neon yellow shade and not just a regular yellow like I thought I would be stuck with. So definitely V2 of window tinting is coming up. I don't know yet if I'm gonna tackle it myself. You know, maybe I work with a professional and learn from them so I can like pass on those good habits and knowledge to you guys. I'm still figuring that out, but that's gonna be when I'm back in Florida the next time. But thank you guys for your feedback, and that's just a quick window tint update, and that is why I'm not fixing this. Just to be clear, I'm not fixing it because I'm about to redo it. Wait, this is how I fixed it, watch. Hey. I also think it's funny that if you guys see me driving around town, like those of you that actually watch my videos will totally know why I have my window kind of down, and it's embarrassing, but you know what, it's gonna be fixed soon. It's gonna, you know, V2 is gonna be brighter and better. You just wait and see. I'm gonna head to the shop and get started on wing things. So my wing has been in the shop for a while. It's just been hidden right in there. I don't think when Adam saw it, he was a big fan, but we'll refresh his memory today, see if he likes it. Boom. I can't remember, you didn't like this wing, did you?
I don't remember. I'll need to see it on the car.
The best piece, how does it 51?
Bajillion horsepower.
Oh god.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
That does look cool.
It's cooler than I thought it'd be. I was a little worried.
I think it looks pretty well.
And it has a brake light.
That's awesome.
Okay, stepping back further, I love it now. I am always so unsure when I buy parts online until I see them in person. And I mean, I was pretty confident about the wing, but I just didn't know, and I love it. I think it follows like the body line really well. There's a brake light in it that I'm gonna wire up as well. I don't know if I'll get to that today, but it does have it kind of where the wrap is right now. I think it looks so cool. And I know I talked about getting it painted, which I was gonna match the pink, and maybe I can Photoshop that to see what it's gonna look like, but I do kind of like the black. The reason why is because I do want to end up getting a carbon fiber hood, so maybe that would tie in like the darker color in the back to the front as well, and then I can put some like pink and neon yellow wrap on the wing itself to tie in the other colors, but I love it. Dude, so good. I think it looks great. Boom. black around the car, the more I do think it would look really awesome when I did the carbon fiber hood. But I do want to see what it looks like all pink. Maybe that'll just make the entire like body line of the car change, as it'll look more like a part of the car versus it being stuck on. But for now, I'm still gonna fully install it unpainted and then just go from there. Like I mentioned, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to wiring up this brake light today, but it is pretty awesome that it has that. It came with all the hardware that I need, so it should be pretty simple, and already has it like nut inserted in there. So all I have to do is drill the holes and put the hardware in from the bottom. Hey, where's your grease at for this grease trick?
I don't know if it's gonna work. We can try it.
What you were so confident when you were telling me about it before, and now we don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try this grease trick where you just put some grease where all the holes are that you need to end up drilling, and then you put the wing down and take it off, and ideally there's little grease marks exactly where you need to be drilling the holes. So you were super confident about this before, now you don't know.
I'm confident about a lot of things that don't work out.
Wow. Where's the grease at? So this is gonna be tricky because it's not flat, but we're hoping if we blob it on that it'll leave us a mark still wherever we put it. So, yeah.
Or you can just hey.
I don't know what's gonna happen. It might be really good holes, or it might like be hard to see. There's only one way to find out.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm just scared.
There's grease.
I know, but wait.
Wow. This is like slam diamond down.
Can I move? Oh, we put that on perfect. Alright, ready? One.
Wait, is there enough pressure?
Yeah, that's good. One, ready?
Yeah.
It got enough to where
You can bolt it with 2 bolts and one of the day.
You got what, 6 or 7 of them?
you have a little dot there.
Okay.
Yeah, this was the only one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's plenty. Sweet, I think it maybe worked. Oh, that one was money. Look at that. See? And so it got 1, 2, 3, 4. Might have missed one there. I think this was the only one it missed. 5, 6, 7, then 8. That is pretty good. We didn't really know what was going to happen, to be honest, because of the curve. I'm going to start making some pilot holes, and hopefully everything lines up. I was debating if I should just try one first, but I just decided to do all of them because maybe one is off, but then the other one is correct. And yeah, I don't know. I just decided to do all of them. So now I'm going to take the grease off and see if any of these are actually accurate. Okay, by putting the wing on and looking underneath, I can tell that 2 of the spots, which are the main spots on each side, are correct. So I'm just going to start with drilling those out completely so I can mock it up again and then check the other ones. It is a little bit complicated because a lot of the side places for the bolts to go is actually double layered. So it's not as easy as just making a hole from the top, a small one, and checking it. Like, you have to go all the way through. So I'm just going to start with the 2 that I know are right and go from there. that is awesome, but it is going to be really hard to try and confirm all the other ones because some of them go through where it's double layered. So I really got to commit and just drill all the way through to even test fit them. But based off of these 2 points matching up, I think it will be a lot easier just to confirm that the other ones are in the right spot. So I'm going to take the wing off again and then just maybe take some measurements between this hole and like the next one based off of the markings that we did on the top too. And hopefully it all works out. I mean, honestly, it's really stable just with those two in it. So worst case scenario, at least I already have the two main ones working. But hey, I would say the grease method actually worked because these were perfect, and I'm assuming the other ones are as well. This one, when I do take it off, I could drill it out a little bit more on the inside to make it easier. It was still pretty spot on, and I didn't like over drill the holes either. It's pretty much the exact same size for the bolt. So I'd say this worked out pretty well. That came with the wing is not long enough to reach through the two layers to then attach to the wing, but the good news is I think those outside holes are lining up, so I'm gonna go find a bolt that is long enough. And honestly, if I get these 4 in, I feel like that might be enough. Worst case, if the other ones don't end up lining up or just too difficult, because the spots that they are supposed to go, you have to go through like 2 layers of metal and there's this much space in between. So I don't know if it's worth the hassle since there's already going to be a good amount in. I'll just stick these in first and go from there. First try, I found another bolt. It's not a Phillips head though, it's like a 10, but I think it's gonna work. Just having 4 bolts is plenty, and it's just not worth going through really deep second layers of metal to get all the other ones. I think 4 is enough. I'm not driving this car every day, and I'll just be able to make sure they're really tight, and I know a ton of wings that just have 4 good bolts, so that is the plan. It actually was really easy using the grease method. The only one that I had to kind of drill out a little bit more than my pilot hole was this one right here, and these aren't the final like hardware that I'm using. I'm just using it to hold it up right now, but I just had to drill this one out a tiny bit more to the outside, and then one of these I drilled a little bit more on the inside, and that was it. So the 4 that I'm gonna have is this outside one. There's a main one right there. There's another one right here, and then the other outside one there. The other thing I'm debating right now is if I wanted to try and drill the hole for the wires to go through for the brake light that is on the wing. The easy thing is to not do that and call it right now, but I know that if I don't do it right now, I will probably never wire up the wing to work with the brake light. Even if I don't wire it fully today, I'm gonna at least have the wires already through here and ready to go. The only issue with that is that where it looks like it would route through, the wires go right through the center, and where it looks like they would come through is right where this latch is. So I'm gonna take this off, see where I can drill a hole through here. I'm way more likely to at least eventually get the brake light working if the wires are right here, ready and waiting to be hooked up. But that's what I'm doing next. I'm happy with the 4 bolts that I got on the main wing, and now I'm gonna work on getting those wires through. Okay, getting this part right was really tricky for the wire to come through, so I ended up just marking exactly where the wire fell directly from the wing on the outside. So this is exactly where the wire is coming out of the bottom. I marked that and drilled my first hole there, so I know it's the straightest path directly from the wing for the wire to be pushed through. And then the harder part was trying to figure out on this end where this hole comes through, because there's so many layers of metal right here. So I took the latch off just to make it easier and not have to work around that. The first hole I drilled was right here, which is closer to where the latch piece goes on, and I first drilled that, and then I couldn't see any light coming through from the hole up top. So I realized that this was not the right one and that was not going to work. So I took a gamble and just drilled another hole directly on top of that, which was really nerve-wracking because I just didn't know where it was going to come out. The second hole that I drilled there, I shined a light through it and I was able to see some of the light coming through here. So that was a good sign, meaning that when I push the wires through here, they will have another hole to come out on this side. I hope that made sense. It was a little nerve-wracking to kind of just guess, like I said, because there's so many different layers of metal here, but that ended up working out. So if you are doing this, here's the latch. The latch I took off is like that, and it's just above that area. I'm just going to drill this out a little bit bigger to make it easier to fish them through, and then put the wing back on. This was really stressful, but it worked out. I feel like I'm in arts and crafts class. Now that all the holes are sealed, I can finally install the wing for good. You'll notice that on the holes I didn't end up using, I just basically plugged them up with that stuff. So a few of the small ones I only used the pilot hole for are filled up, and then for the ones I'm actually using, I just rolled the like putty sealant stuff up and put it around the hole, and it'll end up squishing, compressing, and making a seal. And I did like a small one for the wire because I still have to pull more of this wire through, but that should be good enough. right, here it is. The final product. I love it. I love how it just flows with like the natural body lines. Man, this car has needed a wing desperately. And I think I picked out a dope one. And I'm really glad I didn't just get lazy and just tucked the wiring and actually made a spot for it. So it is already ready to hook up so the brake light would be working. Man, I am digging this. So I do think I'm gonna end up painting it to match the car. So I'm gonna paint it pink and then probably do that middle section right there, neon yellow, maybe some logos on the side of it to tie it all in, but here you go. It definitely makes the car have more aggression to it, and I think it'll look even better once I get a vented hood. I do plan on getting like a carbon fiber vented hood and maybe accent the vents with some neon yellow or the same color pink that the car is. What do you guys think? Yay, nay, indifferent? I will show you guys what I was considering doing. I'm still a little iffy about it, but so far it's held up on the Adam's 350z, and that is his carbon fiber splitter. I feel like it definitely works really well for cars that are running no front bumper like I am. See how it kind of just, you see the body line flowing and then it's like cuts off. This sort of allows that body line to keep going and like flow a little bit better. Plus, I could end up putting some sort of graphic or stickers on top of the carbon fiber, which could look pretty cool too. So let me know what you guys think. Adam actually has an extra one that I should just buy off him and put on my car. Oh man, it looks so dope. So many Fast and Furious vibes happening right now. I love it. I can't believe I waited this long to put that wing on. There you go. Oh, I think it looks so rad. Can you imagine though now with it neon yellow tint? Oh, so good. Hey girl, I see you. I see you, girl, in your wing. Look at Adam's sticker just creeping under the wing. Just creeping there. Oh man, yes. Big win on the wing. I love it.
Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down, ayy. I keep my foot on the gas, I keep my foot on the gas, ayy. I know I'm never gonna crash, I know I'm never gonna crash, ayy. Never be turning around, never be turning around, ayy. Never be slowing it down, never be slowing it down.